What would you say up here on the Ignite stage? I'm talking to you, every single one of you, experiencing Ignite for the first or second or 10th time. What would you say? Now, the fact is, most people would rather eat a glass sandwich than get up here and give a talk. And that's okay. I'm talking to every person here, because Ignite, as an art and a way of speaking, has lessons for everyone. So I'm going to share with you a couple of bits of wisdom that we can take from all of the talks that you've heard tonight. And they're for each and every one of you. So I'm going to share those with you tonight. Let's dive in. First and foremost, we tell our speakers, listen to your passion. What's that thing that lights you up inside, that makes your eyes shine brightly? It's that thing that when you start talking about it, people are like, oh my God, here she goes again. Like, I've heard this a million times. What makes you feel as giddy as my cat Gracie on a cozy little blanket on a cold day? Coincidentally, you've heard I'm a cat lady. That's one of those topics that when I start talking about it, people are like, oh my God, here she goes again. It's crazy. But we think about what you're an expert in, whether it's macarons, to model airplanes, whether it's the water cycle or wiffle ball. Think about the things that you can speak about with true passion. Now, you're probably thinking and undervaluing the things that you're an expert about. Most of us do. We think all those thoughts that are just rattling around in our head, well, everyone knows that, all right? Like, they have to know it. But it's not true. Every person got up here on the stage and shared something in a completely unique way that only they could talk about. So we tell people, look inside. Think about that thing that lights you up, fires you up, and makes you as excited as a cozy cat under a blanket. Look to your own wisdom. Second, the tagline for Ignite is enlighten us, but make it quick. Now, this speaking format is brutal, in case you haven't noticed. It forces speakers to take a really great big idea and condense it into its bare essence. And the slides, they keep going, which makes it fun and terrifying for all of you and, of course, the speaker. You just have to keep going. The slides keep going, you keep rolling with it. But when you think about it, isn't it the same with life? Like, it goes by quickly. You get up here, you're like, oh my gosh, it goes by quickly. And then you just have to kind of keep rolling with the ups and downs of life. So consider how you might use this technique in your own communication. How can you boil it down to its very essence? Each speaker got up here and boiled a body of knowledge, squeezed it into 5 minutes, which is a really tough task, but it almost always makes your communication more interesting and more engaging, quite frankly. I often ask myself the question, what's the Ignite version of this email I'm about to send, presentation, update at work, any of those kinds of things? And again, it makes my communication stronger, and through that process, I have more engaging content. Now, finally, the lesson that Ignite teaches us most cruelly is that practice, it sucks. It's hard, you don't want to do it, you have to take that first step, and every piece of you resists it. 5 minutes goes by in the blink of an eye, and it represents weeks of work. It is unfair, much like it's unfair that this cat lady dressed her cat up in a little holiday reindeer outfit. The injustice, that is how I feel when I had to practice my talk for tonight, like that poor cat. You know, and practice doesn't make perfect, but it makes damn good most of the time. We have to sit down, we have to face the music, and we just have to take that first step. So I invite you to think about an area of your life where you might need a little bit of practice. And can we all agree that we're going to take that little baby step starting tomorrow? Just like one little piece of the puzzle. We have to start somewhere. I'm in if you're in. Are you with me? We're gonna practice? All right, awesome. So the question isn't just, what would you speak about if you gave an Ignite? The question is, how can experiencing Ignite as an audience member like you are all doing tonight impact how we think about the stories we tell and how we tell them? How can Ignite challenge us to think about how we present ourselves to the world, whether it's up on a formal stage like this or simply moving through your day? Tonight I've shared with you 3 bits of wisdom that each and every person can take from these talks and implement tomorrow. First of all, listen to your insides. Second, make it quick. And third, practice, even though it sucks. So I ask you, what will you say? Thank you.